We should be live now. I'll give it a second because it seems like it always takes like 10 seconds to really happen. I should probably move this so I can see the chat. Woo, Terry's here. All right. So I'm working on my Dragonborn here. She's looking awesome. My only problem is I just feel like she only has one good angle and it's this one. Like I love her armor, but I just feel like her head, I don't know, her snoot looks weird. I just need to be working on it. Xander says part 2, I guess posing. Maybe? That's the camera. I moved it. So I'm like, where am I looking? Maybe not. I have a lot more detail work I want to get in this and I want to fix her head. So yeah, let's work on it. First thing I'm going to do is starting to work on her head. I'm just making sure everything fits together. I want to say just because I don't have any like texture on it or anything, because it looks great from the side. I do think this looks kind of weird. Oh, there's a lot of people here. Woo! Hello, everyone. Zach says, it needs booping. Yes. Hey, even Walker's here. All right. Walker, I'm surprised you're not like physically here. Ruben says, I love your work. I tried to print your Chimera last night, but came apart from the printing plate. I think it's exposure settings. Yes. So the Chimera is a big print. If you're printing it for my pre-supported STLs, if you're a patron, I recognize your name, so I think you are. If it falls off, it's 2 things you can do. 1, you can increase your bottom exposure, or there's 3 things. 2, you can hollow the model, because when there's a cross section, it gets too heavy and it falls off. Or 3, you can put a raft on it, which I don't like doing because then there's a bunch of supports on it and it's a mess. But that's the biggest thing. My friend Walker had problems with stuff like that with stuff falling off the build plate as well. It's a super common issue. I've been really lucky. Ricky, I don't think we've had anything fall off the build plate before.
I don't think so.
We also smash our build plate like to the thing when we level it, so
yeah.
Probably it's smashed. Excuse me. Okay. So again, I think she looks super gorgeous from the side. I just think dragons look dumb from the front. Like, if you guys Googled eagles from the front, they look stupid. Like, maybe it's the same kind of thing. I'll just pose her like this. All right. Walker says, I'm making another potato. I'll be there after I eat. Sounds great. But yeah, it's cool to see all you guys. I am so happy about doing live stream public now, and I'm so glad the $10 tier was okay with it. I was really nervous about asking, because I'm like, oh no, I hope they don't think I'm just trying to like devalue the tier. I don't know. I was worried about it. I just didn't know I'd love live streaming so much. So I'm trying to add some texture right here. Let's see. Xander said, I have a Pathfinder blue dragon miniature. Do you want pictures from a reference? Oh, yeah. If you have front pictures of that, that would actually be really, really helpful. I think, yeah, you have my email. I will just pull up your email. Usually I'd be like, oh, no, don't worry about it. But I'm like, no, that's actually super helpful. Yes, please. Because look how good she looks from the side. And then from the front, it's just like, snoot. I want to say it's because this is so wide and it shouldn't be. Dragon heads are just smaller than I anticipate. So I'm just using a move brush here. Oh, that already looks kind of better. I'm a bit happier with that. Haven't really decided how much volume I want to add to the top or not. Because like there should be a brain in there somewhere. So I don't want to make it too concave. Oh, I didn't ask this morning, Ricky. What are you working on today?
Video.
Oh, that's right.
Get that done.
Heck yeah.
It's gonna be done.
Ricky has new videos coming out for you guys because he's the best. We also have print pictures coming up for my Underdark collection. We have them all printed out and looking really, really cool. All right, be right back. Taking pics. Sounds good. Thank you. Y'all are the best. So usually when I do like the back stuff like this, I just do this all the way down. And like, I'm not saying it looks bad. I just don't want to detail every model the same way. So I've been trying to do things a bit different. If it works, of course, but I do want things a little more unique. And with Dragonborn models, I always struggle with how much scale I'm supposed to put on them. Because if you texture them as heavily as a dragon, it usually makes the model look really busy in a bad way. Because, you know, they're obviously so much smaller than dragons, so the scales always end up looking really, like, concave and stuff. Concave? That is not the word I want about. It's the word my brain gave me. Alright. Someone says, I don't know how to say your first name. I usually can't watch the live stream because where I live it's currently 2, so I'm usually asleep. Today I couldn't sleep, so here I am. Sounds good. Me, your chat is at the top chat. Some things won't pop up. Ooh, you right. Live chat. Thank you. You're the best. I don't know how I changed that, but I did. Terry's the best. Now you guys can see what I see, and you can see how I see it 20 seconds later than you said it. Alright, I think that looks really pretty. I think the lines here are pretty wobbly. So I will start trying to fix that. Also, I've never listened to this copyright-free playlist before. It might suck. I just wasn't feeling my jazz piano mix today. It has a part in that sounds like all sad and depressing, so yeah. Oh, and to all my patrons that are watching, 1, thank you, you're great. But 2, I had a post today about asking me questions about what it's like to be a full-time creator. So make sure if you have questions, you can comment them there, and I will make a YouTube video about it. You can ask me here, too. I have no problem talking about stuff like that. Looking forward to making that video, because I feel like a lot of people make the same sort of video, where it's like, oh, content creating is hard, just be diligent, work at it, that kind of stuff. But no one ever talks about the numbers, like how much money were you making before you thought you could do it, that kind of stuff. I think I'll probably do it in percentages, just because it's not helpful if you guys, knowing my bills monthly isn't going to tell you a whole lot for your own situation. But I'm like, yeah, I could pay for like 80% of my bills or something like that by my first month. Obviously, go into it with savings. But yeah, that'll be a fun video. I'm looking forward to it. So right now, I'm not doing too much detail work. I'm just trying to get the general shape really fine-tuned at this point. I also don't know if I want this to be so straight. I think that's a prettier line. Since I changed the chat, now I'm worried that I'm not seeing it pop up live. If everyone's there, just like put something in the thing so I know. I want to make sure I don't put too much time onto the head, because even though it's really important, we're still talking about working on a miniature here. Cool. Thank you, Terry. It's not gonna be that big of a piece of the model. So I'm gonna mask out areas when I smooth here, so that way I'm not losing volume where I don't want to lose volume. What I'm doing right here is trying to construct a semblance of like a cheekbone. And now I'm going to define the mouth a bit better here. So going with Dam Standard and the Alt brush. There we go. Looks nice. Yeah, this eye shape kind of got away from me a little bit. It looks a little squiggly and a little crooked. Overall, not bad though. And work on defining the horns here a little bit better as well. Because that's pretty much what the jaw of the dragon is. So it's really important that reads clearly. Terry says, you know 70s headshots, celebrity models with smoky eyes? The front of your dragon looks like that. I get what you're saying. I don't disagree. Also, I can see how like weirdly wavy this part of the eyelid is, and it shouldn't be like that. So let me zoom in here. And I'm in with trim dynamic, and I'm just gonna try and flatten that out more nicely. I'm also gonna put on mask by polygroups so I can hide the eye and work on this eyelid here. All right, Xander has taken and sent pictures. Perfect. I will pull those up. All right, I have my phone right next to me. Or I thought I did. Yep, here it is. Woo! All right, I have pictures. All right, let's see. This is super helpful. Thank you. It's a cool mini. So yeah, this is definitely too broad right here. I'm not too far off though. In the time that you were gone, I actually fixed it quite a bit. I'm also missing a like center ridge right here. Oh yeah, it's gonna look way better. Thank you, Wade. You're very helpful. Walker's being friendly and asked how everyone's day is. I'm gonna answer as well. I just woke up. Ricky and I got up at like 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Been up for about 2 hours.
Yeah. We went to bed around 7, so we're nocturnal. It's whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this in more. You know, it's funny, Wade said yesterday when he was watching this to make this more narrow, and I was like, no, I don't think so. And yeah, Wade, you're literally right. That looks way better. Heck yeah. Thank you, Wade. I still think this area is just not super well defined, so I will fix that. Building up a bit of more of a ridge right here, because that's what I saw in the reference he sent, and I thought it looked really cool. I think it's gonna make all of this make more sense. You just don't see dragons from the front view a whole lot, unless they're like eating someone, you know? It's like big old open mouth. Other than that, you don't see a whole lot. I'll see you in a bit, Terry. Okay, so this whole area is just becoming a little, see how it's kind of like wavy and squiggly? Like this is fine because it's different areas of like muscle and bone, but the rest of it I'm not super happy with. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm just gonna smooth all of it out. So I'm holding shift for that. I'm also gonna mask this top area here because I like that. That's important structural part and that should stay. Here we go. Smoothing this out, going with trim dynamic. Now I'll restructure this. Saxus urge to boop rising. Okay, that's looking much better. Essentially what happened was I went in with a damp sander brush too much and I didn't notice. I didn't look at my other angles enough, so that's why it looked dumb. There we go. Zaxxus says, or not Zaxxus, Xander, the picture I sent had a lot of jewelry as well. You know, I noticed that. I think that'd be really cool to add to this model. So I think I'm gonna do that as well. Oops, that's not what I want. Okay, Dynamesh is being dumb. What the heck? I've never had this problem before. So normally Dynamesh does, it'll retopologize your mesh, but what it's doing instead is it's just insisting that my mesh is... That's not how that works. Okay then, that's annoying. I'm just gonna keep clicking on it because I'm just so annoyed that it's doing that. Why are you doing this? Normally when you increase resolution, it prevents this problem from happening. So I'm being really stubborn. I just keep clicking Dynamesh and hoping it'll not be so dumb. Whatever. Oh, because I have part of the mask hidden. That's why. I was gonna say, like, it doesn't do this normally. Haha. Figured it out. I also need to restructure the eye. I was wondering what was going on. Now I know. If you try and Dynamesh and you have parts of the mesh hidden, it will just default to the lowest resolution no matter what you click. That's stupid. Figured that out. Xander said it'll definitely look more feminine, seeing that you were not giving her boobs. No, I'm not, because she's a lizard. But yeah. I already think it looks pretty feminine. But I think it'll help it read better on tabletop. Alright, I'm gonna redo the eyes, actually. Because now they're all weird and misshapen. So to remove them, I'm just going to mask them like this, split mask points, and I'm going to go through here and delete them. So let's put some new eyes in here. I'm also going to re-Dynamesh this. Probably do it with polish. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it makes all the lines really harsh. I don't think I want to do that quite yet. Okay, I think the eyes are a bit better structured now. Adds me a little more interesting to the eye shape here by pushing that corner up. Same when we have like tear ducts, just doing the same thing. I like that. So I'll go to my brush palette and I will insert a sphere. And go ahead and move that in. Giving this music a chance, but I don't know what it's doing right now. I don't like it. It's like someone yelling at me. It's like, I'm over it, man.
Too crazy.
Yeah, it's a little obnoxious. Back to my usual. Yep, this one. I tried it out. I don't like it. Just playing, yeah. Much more chill. The other one was not my favorite. There we go. Oh my goodness, I hate when ZBrush does that. It has like a meltdown anytime you try and use a brush that can't operate in more than one subdivision level. Alright, I'm gonna mask this area and use clay polish to better define this area. It's pretty much just doing like Dynamesh with polish, but just in a controlled spot. I think her face is a little bit long too. Not by too much, but it's before, it's after. There we go. I don't want to work on the head too much more right now, because otherwise I will probably overwork it. I also don't like that I defined her bottom lip. Like, I normally do that on models, but for this one, it's something that doesn't need attention. So I'm going to go ahead and smooth that out. All right. I do have a gem brush, and I have this one that I really like, this pear-shaped one. I think it'd just be neat to, like, put a little something right here. See, if her head wasn't so flat, I'd have it like a crown almost, but it is really flat. Usually I'd have it like drape around the forehead or something. Nah. I'll worry about that later. I'm also going to fix these shoulder pads really quick because I have some holes in the mesh right here. So to fix that, I can just go to trim dynamic and flatten this out. Go Dynamesh and remesh. There you go. These are really minor mesh errors that probably won't lead to any issues, but I had to clean them up when I see them. I know these were duplicated from the same mesh, so I knew they both had the same problem. And there we go. Perfect. So the only part that really isn't done is these gauntlets and her pant armor. I'm not sure what's really going on there. Yeah, I'll put more armor right there too. Let's get these detailed first. So I'm gonna change my mode to drag rectangle and grab one of these. There we go. Staying really simple, and I'll go back to just the normal standard default for the brush and do some manual detail work. Let's see. I had someone in the Discord, I'm not sure who, asked me what my 1K special is going to be. I don't know. Hey Ricky, what are we gonna do for 1,000 subscribers? We're like super close. Someone asked me in the Discord. I didn't even think of doing anything, honestly.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that's something normal to do actually, huh?
I guess it's a milestone, I guess.
Yeah. Not that we're not appreciative.
Yeah.
Like, Ricky and I are just not big like anniversary celebration people in general. How about when it's 10,000?
Oh gosh, that's way out there, I think.
Yeah, it is.
We'll blow something up. I don't know.
How about releasing videos for the first time in like 2 months? That'll be our 1K special.
Here we go. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Walker said make 1,000 models. Get out, Walker. All live. One continuous marathon. I don't know how far away I am from 1,000 models, but I'm far. I think I have almost 200 on Thingiverse, and then there's like an additional like 50 that either never made it to Thingiverse or haven't been uploaded yet. So, yeah, I'm a ways. Give me a couple years. All right, so for this piece, I want to make sure I inflate it a little bit, the inside portion of it, because I want to make sure there's no hole between the gauntlet and the arm. Otherwise, that will lead to lots of 3D printing problems, and that would suck. It looks all messy, but it's okay. Wow, it looks terrible. Let's not do it this way. Make 1,000 models in 1,000 minutes, or make a model in 1,000 minutes. That'd be cute. Ruben said, did you study how to do this at uni or anything? Nope, I'm self-taught. I went to university for mechanical engineering, and I graduated last year with my bachelor's, and now I'm not using it. So yeah, I'm a smart cookie and not generally considered artsy. Engineers are not going to be artsy, but I've always been super artsy, and I didn't hate engineering by any means. I went into it because I loved it. I love science and math. Never had any dreams about being an artist. Just sort of happened, and I'm super grateful for it, and it's been amazing. Essentially, I just have always loved fantasy, and I just started modeling stuff it was honestly just completely a whim. I had no grand plans or anything. Zaxa says, try and model with your non-dominant hand. I'm actually pretty good at that because I hurt my wrist and I wanted to keep working. So I figured out how to use my left hand to keep, I sound like a psycho, to keep working. Because everyone's always like, don't push yourself too hard. And I'm like, I learned how to use my left hand. I'm a lot slower, but I could do it right now. The biggest problem was using my keyboard with my right hand. That was the part I hated the most, actually. Just using my left hand to sculpt wasn't that big of a deal. So yeah. Let's see. Durbin says, it's all creativity and critical thinking, which is why people like saying STEAM instead of STEM. Yeah, that's fair. I like that. Yeah, I think it's silly when people are like surprised. Like, oh, you're an engineer, but you're artsy. That doesn't make sense. Haha. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense as a joke. And what? And yeah, no, exactly. It's all problem solving, which is a lot of 3D modeling, honestly. Like what I'm doing right now looks dumb. Let's just move this closer to her hand. I'm just trying to prevent any holes in the mesh between the model here. It would be a small issue, but what will happen is it will cause a hole in the 3D print. I don't want that. Darren says, engineers are creative. Just gets crushed out of us in engineering school most of the time. Do the 60-page experiment reports. Yeah, spoken like someone you've done it too. Yeah, you know. Yep, you got it. God, I hated it. I hated school so much. All right. Scott says, do you have to be good in hand drawing skills to become decent at Blender? That is such a good question. The overall answer, no. The real answer, yes. I hate like, oh, you don't have to be able to draw 2D. It helps a lot. If you don't have any hand control, like for instance, I have these shoulder pads here, right? I want to make a decorative, ornate design on it. So what I'll do is I'll increase the intensity, whatever. But like this kind of like freehand work, if you can't do this on a piece of paper, I'm not saying this is impressive or anything, you're gonna have a hard time. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems unrealistic to me to say that you could become a great modeler and not be able to draw 2D. That being said, like, that looks really cool. That's just hand detail work. That being said, I am a much better 3D modeler than a 2D artist. I have a big problem with perspective and foreshortening, which I don't have to worry about in 3D. So you need to have hand control is the best thing I can say. Being able to do continuous strokes smoothly, straight lines, that kind of stuff. If you're bad at like, again, perspective or color, then you're fine. But if you just really can't draw lines the way you try to, then definitely practice that. I hope that was a good answer, or an answer that made sense. That's when I see answered a lot, and you should be like, oh no, you can do it. And you can, but it's gonna be tough. I would recommend starting with traditional 2D techniques first. Just like hand exercises, where it's pretty much like draw like 1,000 ovals as similar as you can, as quickly as you can, that kind of stuff. That sounds so like Karate Kid. Do 1,000 of this. Don't take me literally. Do your own research. Everyone learns differently. Terry says that slow mouse thing is handy for that in some situations. Very handy. I use it too, because I'm not perfect. Scott Dyer says, yes, very helpful and hopeful. Oh, good. I'm glad. But no, it's funny. Like, I love 2D art. I spent, like, I'm not kidding, guys, like hundreds of hours treating it the way I treat my 3D modeling like a job. Like, I wanted to get better. I took my, like, studying and practicing very seriously. And, like, the amount of progress I saw was really sad. Like, honestly, it didn't click with me. I have a really hard time transferring 3D thoughts or images into a 2D space. I just want to actually just do it in 3D. Xander, wax on, wax off. And then Darren says, yes, you love fancy modeling, but have you ever watched a sci-fi show and sketched something out of it? Yeah, I have. I'm trying to think of what it was called. But yes, I do like sci-fi as well, just not as much. That being said, with Cyberpunk coming out, they got delayed to September, I think. Is it September? Or is headphones in? Oh, you nodded. Cool. That's probably going to change because it looks amazing. I love CG Projekt Red. I love The Witcher. I read the books first because I'm that kind of person. And I'm just really excited for that. I think that will make me love sci-fi a lot more. And you guys might see some more steampunk stuff coming up. The biggest reason why you guys don't see more of that from me now is because I am pitiful at hard surface modeling. The armor you see here is probably like the best armor I've made, honestly. And it's not great. Like, it's okay. I'm working on it. I'm a lot better at modeling creatures, modeling fabric like this. It comes to me a lot more naturally. I think it's because I used to sew a lot. I didn't like sewing. My best friend loved sewing, and she made dresses and stuff all the time, and I would help her. Sewing and just creating clothing from patterns is so much harder than you think. Oh my God. So it helped me with 3D modeling a lot. Something that I don't think most people know with 3D modeling, if you don't know how to create the piece in real life, like I have a general idea of how to sew clothes, how to make armor, I know how to be put together roughly, it helps a lot. That's the same way I construct it. So like, for instance, I'm really bad at making shoes because I don't understand how shoes are made. I know there's a sole. I know elves make them. No, I'm kidding. But like, you need to know the parts of things to be able to make it. It seems obvious, but like, seriously though, that's why anatomy is so important in knowing like, I'm able to sculpt a head because I know there's the skull underneath it. That's how I know how to accentuate cheekbones here, the nasal cavity. You gotta know what's underneath it as well. All right, I'm gonna merge these together in Dynamesh and hopefully it'll close any holes between the two. It might not, but that would be cool. Gosh, I have so many pieces in this. All the way down here, I think that's it. There we go. All right, where's my merge button? I'm gonna customize my UI really quick. Go to preferences, enable customize, and if you hold Control and Alt, you can then, really, you're doing this? You can drag new buttons off. Come on, ZBrush. There you go. And now I have that button at easier access. Okay. Darren, nobody in games knows how to make shoes either. All games are terrible looking shoes. Right? Zach says, why haven't you researched shoes yet then? I don't know, because I hate it. Because it's not as fun. You're right though. That's exactly what I should do. It's really not that hard. If I just watched a how it's made kind of thing about making shoes, it would help instrumentally. But why do that when I can sculpt a dragon head? You know what I mean? Like, I love that question. It's so honest. You're right. There's no good reason. Terry says, I've had trouble today extracting straight off the mail base mesh to a shirt and lowering the poly count. Dividing and increasing it's easy, but getting a hard surface wasn't possible. So you want to get a hard surface? I would recommend doing Dynamesh with polish turned on or doing clay polish. If you want it to be really hard surface, you're going to want to go to geometry and then go to Z remesher. Keep using this Z remesher with half to lower the poly count a ton, and that's what you want to do. Scott says, ever considered creating models for game studios? Nope, I have not. I hate having a boss. I hate having to do things inefficiently, which I know sounds silly, but like every client I have worked with, because I have done stuff for people creating board games, they don't know what they want. I mean that, like, they do not know what they want. So I'll create something and they'll be like, oh, okay, how about try this? And they, of course, I'm like, cool, pay me more, and they do. But the reality is I'm spending like a month on a model that would normally take me a week, and they make poor design choices, and it drives me nuts. Because I have an engineering degree, I do have a good understanding of how molding works, casting, injection molding, and these people don't, and it's fine. But I tell them like, hey, this isn't gonna work for injection mold, I'm telling you. And they're like, oh no, it's fine, we'll worry about it then. I'm like, you have no idea how expensive injection molding is. I've probably worked with 4 to 7 different game studios at this point. I put it in quotes because like, there's only like 1 or 2 that I think are actually gonna go anywhere. They just talk a lot of talk, and it's very annoying. Now, if a professional game studio, like, I don't know, Blizzard or something approached me, I would say no, because I'm like, I have terrible topology. You won't be able to rig this for any video games. You won't be able to conveniently rig this or repose it. I'd just be like, no, find someone else. I'm not a good fit. All right. Out of control. I tried to draw this, came out much different. Need more practice. Keep practicing. Xander, who's your favorite client? I've done commissions for Xander before. I don't really have a favorite. I have a group of favorites, about 10 to 15. And then everyone else I disliked. I do commissions now, but I'm like super expensive. And it gets rid of all the assholes, honestly. It's great. So if you're doing commissions and you're depending on it, obviously keep doing commissions. But if you are doing commissions as a side thing like I am, make them as expensive as you want. Because I swear, the more I charge, the nicer people are, which is weird. I thought they'd expect more. Nope. They're just way more polite and less rude in general. Xander was really good at that. You were very, very polite. I think there's only like once or twice you'd ask for changes and you asked for reasonable changes and you weren't a jerk and it was great. All right. Hey, someone's new here. Captain Cook. Hello. I want to say I saw your name in the Discord. I don't remember, but if it was you, hello again. I do my best to remember names and stuff. I worked as an RA, so I had like 70 different freshman girls that I need to get to know and like keep an eye on and that kind of stuff. So I got really good at names, but I have almost 700 people supporting me on Patreon now. I think it shows like 640, but that number's always wrong. And it's hard to remember all you guys' names, but I try. I can list probably about 50 off the top of my head that I just see like talk regularly and stuff, but I can't get to 100 probably. All right, so I don't like how low poly this edge looks, so I will mask by poly groups and I'll go in here with trim dynamic and control shift and just smooth this out. So I'm just removing those hard edges there. That one I like, that one's fine. That one's defining a cool edge. Control shift, there we go. Captain Cook said, yes, that was me. Sweet. I think I remember your name just because I think it's Captain Crunch and that's like my favorite cereal. Xander says, wish got more hours so I could order more models from you. Kent, yeah, I'm expensive. I'm sorry. But there's a lot of really good artists on Fiverr that only charge like $50, which is awesome. They're totally undercharging, but like, hey, more power to them. They can do whatever they want. I want to add like a detail to this, so I'm not sure if it's worth my time to add that fine of a detail, but I sure like to. Let's see, I'm gonna skim through these really quick. Is there any questions? Zach says, hopefully I wasn't too bad either. It was my first time commissioning anything. Oh, you did really good then. You were so funny. Literally, your only problem is that you were too nice. So I ended up spending more time than I had to because you mentioned it like in bits and pieces what you wanted. But that is so much better than someone just being like, I don't like it. So no, you were totally fine. I actually felt bad with your commission because I wanted the face details to come out more, but I forget that like the model's this big. But I don't know. You were a super good sport about it, and it definitely came out fantastic. A lot of people really liked it. Link me some. No. You can go find your own artist. Let's see. So I'm just doing lots of minor cleanup details right now. I'm mainly just pissing away time because I don't want to work on the leg thing. It's because it doesn't look fun. All right, I'm gonna detail this. I'm probably just gonna put some ridges in it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do them like that because it matches this whole like dragon theme. So what I'm using right now is an alpha combined with dam standard and changing the brush type to drag rectangle, just in case y'all were wondering. And if you're really wondering, I teach 3D modeling classes. A lot of you guys in this chat are from my class, but just in case anyone knew. But that's a lot of stuff you can find on YouTube for free. I always like to stress that, just because I feel like a lot of people think if they spend enough money, they'll become a good 3D artist, and that's just not the case. This came out a little messier than I wanted it to. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and smooth these edges, and then when I Dynamesh it with polish, I wanna see how it turns out. I don't mind it looking a little messy. I just don't want to look like a disaster. That looks cool. Heck yeah. Very happy with that. Yay, alphas. Saving me lots of time. Yeah, I understand that. I'll print as a statue for sure. Sweet. Happy to hear it. But yeah, you're a super good sport about that. And obviously realistic. I mean, you've done plenty of 3D printing. Okay, it's grabbing onto polygroups. Oh, backface mask, that's why. I was like, why is it acting weird? So I'm just looking under the shoulder pads here, making sure none of the parts are too thin. Just adding a little bit of volume here can go a long way in how good this will look in the long run. There we go. I don't like the trim on these, so I'm gonna do something to them. All right, it's too low poly, so I'm at 1,000,000 points right now, which usually is enough. Let me just Dynamesh it at a higher resolution. Now I'm at 1.2 million. Let's see how this looks. This is a really small detail, so I don't need to worry about making it very clean, or for lack of a better word, good. I just want some sort of texture here to make this look better. Zaxa says, no, I hadn't had a printer before that, but I understand the concept resolution. Oh yeah, I forgot. No, that's why I sent you 3D prints and the tier and stuff. Totally forgot. Looking good. Again, this looks like nonsense. Someone joins the stream at this exact moment. It's like, what is happening? There we go. It's pretty messy texture, but that will catch paint really well. I like it. I don't like how this one came out. All right. There we go. Very nice. I don't know if I want to add it to the chest. Probably not. Just a small segment. I think these panels would look really, really nice with that texture on it. This is a larger part, so I want to make sure that this design lines up a bit better. Let's change the focal shift. There we go. Plus, this kind of just accentuates more feminine lines, too. That's awesome. I love this. Darren says, oh geez, 1.2 million points. I do spacecraft models for work and I have to stay below a few 100,000 total or all hell breaks loose. Oh yeah. No, if you're doing anything for not for 3D printing, it'd be a nightmare. But that being said, I'm not going to export this at 1,000,000 points. This is going to get Dynamesh. Not Dynamesh, decimated. My final models are usually around 250,000. This one might be around 3 to 350 just because it has so much tiny little details going on. All right, this is looking sick. I love it. I'm not going to worry about giving her scales and stuff until after she is posed. Because I'm going to like bend her arms and stuff and it'll stretch to get scales and it will look stupid. All right. Actually, I'm not going to save because it usually gets rid of my, what's the word? Pressure sensitivity. I'm going to change my quick saves to every 2 minutes though, because I'm feeling worried because ZBrush is a disaster and crashes 1,000 times. I'm grateful it hasn't, but I'm suspicious. All right, I blocked this out really quickly and I think it looks kind of like a mess. So I'm gonna spend the time to make it look not like a mess. Making sure everything lines up and tucks into each other nicely. It's this kind of stuff that I wish I didn't insist on spending so much time on, because it's not gonna matter. Like, it's gonna look better than spending this time for sure. And I like that I put that into my work. But like, I think it'd be better spent time just making another model entirely. Because, you know, time is money. Let's see, is there any more questions? I had ZBrush quit on me twice today. So frustrating. Yep, that's ZBrush. It's annoying. I don't know if you have quick saves turned on, but you should. It is a lifesaver. Again, probably why I like to live stream, because for some reason I handle it a lot better during a live stream. The other night I wasn't live streaming and it crashed on me once and I was so pissy I quit immediately. But if you guys joined one of my last live streams, this crashed on me almost 10 times. And I didn't even get that upset. I wasn't trying to put on a good face or really anything. I was just like, whatever. I don't know. I'm just more chill when I live stream. Just generally less self-critical. I don't know why. But it's great. Wow, this is really warm for once. Okay. These are so inconsistent. Bah. But they look cool. Cool enough. It looks better than it did before. Yeah, it looks much better than before. However, I do think this bottom piece either needs to stand out more or not at all. Because this one looks weird. I'm gonna make it stand out more. If you guys were wondering, I do not work from concept art that like I made or anything. I just look at like a reference and I'm like, okay, I'll make something that's kind of related to that. If you do work from concept art, please don't copy it and call it concept art. That's such a pet peeve of mine. I've had friends that work on Kickstarters and stuff and like, yeah, this is my concept art. And then it's the same model. It's the same style of everything. And I'm like, you're gonna get sued eventually and it's gonna be a bad day. Just make your own stuff. All right, these thigh pieces came out really, really nice. So I'm not worried about them. All right. It says, Darren says, where do you imagine her ankles bending in that? Not at all. It's unrealistic. Not kidding. I have no idea. I'm working on it later. I'm probably gonna move this up to here or so. But I'm not gonna sweat that too much until she's posed. I like the thigh pieces a lot. I might scrap this entirely and just put like a leather wrap instead, because like I can put like belts and buckles in that, and I like that more in general. Zach says her ankles are above that. I think what's bending our toes. Yeah, like when she walks, so she has a joint here for her ankle, here and here. So when she moves, this is gonna bend and this is gonna bend. So when she walks, if this was just higher up, this is gonna be largely unaffected. This armor piece just needs to be smaller, that's it. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna work on these thigh pieces. They turned out better, I think, than these bottom ones did. I don't really like these bottom ones very much. Not sure what I'm gonna do with them. Thinking. I think I'm gonna delete them. Derry says, I forgot which model you did those ankle and wrist wraps on, but they looked sweet. I've done a lot of models with those, so I'm not sure. Oops. There's sorry for distracting you. I was just curious. Yeah, no problem. I can tell you weren't just being an ass. Some people are, and I could tell they all like, technically this is how this would fit. And I'm like, technically I'm modeling a dragon. Lady, like, let's not get too stuck on what's realistic or not. I could tell you weren't being an asshole. Don't worry. If I thought you were, I would have just ignored you. That being said, if you leave a comment and I don't respond, I'm probably not ignoring you. I just didn't see it. That's my favorite. I did a Loxodon. Only one. I've done two. One of them wasn't good though, so I say that I've done one. It's 0.2. Anyway, there's like a whole argument in one of the comments of like whether or not it had like Asian elephant or African elephant ears, and I was like, y'all are being so ridiculous. This doesn't matter. Okay, let's see. I want this to fit better. Even though this is underneath and you don't see a lot of this, having this fit the way it's supposed to just makes the rest of the model fit better. There we go. I'm so proud of these fabric creases right here. Because stuff like that, you can't do with a fabric brush. Usually you have to sculpt it from scratch. So it's nice to see it coming out nicely. All right. Yep, that's just mentioning that these kind of legs are weird. I totally agree. They are very weird. All right, how did you make those? Move brush? Let's see. I'm assuming you mean these. I extracted them and then I used a Z modeler brush. Oh wait, you mean probably the curves in this. I can just show you. If this is what you meant for the fabric creases, just comment it and I'll do a little tutorial of that right now. Darren said, did you make a comment about African or European swallows? No, I didn't. Jackson, they're all walking on tippy toes. Yep, they sure are. It's cool though because it's similar enough to like human legs and stuff that I've seen some really, really cool cosplays. They just get really high heels pretty much. Terry said, yep, creases and fabric. All right, fabric tutorial. I'm excited because I'm so proud of this technique and now y'all get to see it. All right, so these beautiful creases were made like this. Grab your mask pen. Just mask your little area that you want. Make sure it's a triangle shape because that's how this kind of fabric creases. It's a thinner material and it's just straight down, you know, gravity. Go ahead and blur that area a bunch by holding Control and tapping. And then now bring up your 3D gizmo. If you click Y, it transforms it into the transpose line. You can just draw it on there. Change your mode to rotate by holding spacebar, and then grab your center, whoops, invert the mask, and grab your center white dot here, and it's hard to grab it. Why is it doing this? There we go. And then drag straight down. It's hard to use transpose line because there's so many like little like dots and stuff, and I hate the transpose line. But I use it for this one technique. There we go. And then just drag straight down. And it's rotating around the point that you pick. So you get these really beautiful creases like that. And then I usually use a pinch brush, and there you go. Pretty freaking cool. I'm gonna undo this though because then it doesn't match my trim. There we go. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. I know it was really quick. So I recommend just re-watching that part of the live stream. And if there's any issues, let me know and I can explain it later. Especially because you're in my Learn the 3D model thing. Like, you can ask a question in Discord anytime too. I'll probably do a whole lesson all about how to sculpt fabric and stuff. I actually don't have our lesson plan planned for this Sunday. So for me, my students that are watching right now, if you have a certain topic you want to cover this Sunday, just let me know. We've covered a lot of the very basics at this point, but we haven't really covered alphas very much. So I'm probably going to do the lesson on alphas. Just fixing these up a bit, making them look as nice as possible, making sure they fit. I'm gonna hide this skirt. That looks uncomfortable. Let's pull that down a little bit. There we go. I've only had one person I learned a 3D model here that was like so horrified that I start my models with like a naked base mesh. And I'm like, I don't know what you were expecting. I thought it was extremely funny. I'm like, how old are you? All right. That looks awesome. I'm really, really happy with that. Terry says, very cool. Give it a shot later. Sounds great. There we go. That's looking really nice. Oh, that's from underneath. That's floating out. So I want to make sure that this fabric adjusts accordingly. There we go. Doesn't need to be perfect because I'm going to post this and I'm going to just ruin all of that micromanaging work, but it's fine. It makes me happy. There, it's perfect. Okay, so my subtool palette is an absolute disaster. So I'm going to fix this finally. So I just called it armor. How helpful. I made one folder. Great. All right, let's fix this. Let me grab, I'll break it out into like top and bottom parts of the armor. So we'll call this top armor. I was complaining about this yesterday, but if you guys didn't know, ZBrush didn't have folders like this until last year. The program was made in like 1996. Around then. I just know it's around the year I was born. So I'm just gonna go through here and drag my pieces where I need them to. And I can barely tell like what these objects are in these menus. I should really label my stuff, but I don't. All right, I'm gonna call this fabric because those pieces are important to keep track of and it makes this all look easier. This piece is not armor. Here we go. Where are these pieces? Goodness, I have so many pieces. Okay, all of these. So I'm gonna break this into thigh armor and then whatever. I don't like that very much now. I think I'll look at it better if I shrink it and then move it up her leg a little bit. There we go. This is looking 100% less like a disaster now. Woo, I can manage this. Much better. I think that's her eyeball. I will merge that to her head. There we go. Okay, let's see. What time is it? How long have I been live streaming? Darren said, I've never watched, so thank you and like the other $10 patrons for opening this up for the wider audience. I have to go out to eat now. Yeah, sounds great. And again, yay, $10 patrons. You guys are amazing. And thanks for joining. Speaking of food and standing, I'm going to stand for a second too. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I'm just gonna stand up for a second. It's 5:57. I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Put this on mute. Hello. Let me
I'll be
see.
making noise and stuff.
Sweet. Cool. Audio's back. I was just in the kitchen making a bagel and coffee because I'm hungry. And this is, now I'm live streaming more, I'm gonna like make sure to like eat and stand and stuff because I like forget to do that usually. Walker says, I walk away for 2 seconds and she disappears. I'm back. Terry said, last thing she said was something about Walker not being done his potato. Yeah, how long are you making your potato, Walker? I need to get slow, but like.
It's the whole new kind of slow.
Wow. Yeah, see, like, you guys even see me? Oh, you can see me. Cool. I pulled up OBS because I'm just like, am I sitting where I'm supposed to be sitting?
In front of your computer. Yes, that's where you need to be.
Yeah, pretty much this entire box. Like, I'm fine. Let's move this back to. There we go. Sweet. It's coming out super good, Ricky.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I've done a bunch of detail work. And some minor tweaks to the head, and it looks better.
Cody was saying he thinks it's so cool you can do that.
Aw. Yeah, I didn't know that was him that commented. That's so cool.
Yeah. He's like, what are you up to? I was like, nothing. Me is live streaming. I was like, what are you up to? He's like, watching the live stream.
That's so freaking cool. I love our friends. Walker just finished eating. For the record, it takes over an hour to bake a potato. I'm heading over now.
It takes an hour?
It takes 5 minutes in the microwave. You're insane. But yeah, I have a lot of people that joined this that have never seen it before. They're all like 550 patrons.
Uh-huh.
It's really cool. And everyone's saying thank you to $10 people still. Definitely glad that I asked them first.
You have some coffee?
I have coffee. I made myself some hot coffee.
Okay.
Or I just poured it.
I don't even think I got myself coffee this
I
morning.
don't think you did.
I'm gonna get some coffee.
Oh, is the light on the studio for Bird?
Nope.
Oh
But
no.
the window's up.
Okay, well it's dark
Yes.
outside.
Is it dark outside? Oh my gosh, I am...
I'm gonna turn my light for my bird. 1 second.
Whoops. Even though we've been nocturnal for a while, I'm still getting used to it. I thought Bird had many hours of light left. No, it's already dark outside.
Poor Bird. No wonder. I was like, why isn't he singing? Usually he's like singing and talking. I'm a
He's
horrible
asleep.
pet owner. He was asleep. There we go. Whatever. Let's see. It's 6:05. I'll be bottling it by 6:10. Just in case y'all were wondering. Because I'm just like sitting here, hanging out, eating a bagel.
Boring.
I'm so boring. But yeah, if you guys had questions about literally anything, this is a good time to ask because I'm just eating. So yeah. For people watching the live stream later, this will make it easier. There we go. Bam. For people that are watching this in the future and are like, why is nothing happening? I mean, they'll still see me and hear me talking, but just in case. Xander, what is the meaning of life? Next question. I'll let you know when I know.
You don't know?
What's the meaning of life, Ricky?
To subscribe to M3DM.
Oh my god, don't say that. It's so cringy. We were so close to 1,000 subs. I'm really excited.
They have those like celebration ones where like I can throw a pie in your face and everyone gets to see it.
No. Terry says you need one of those small town coffee shop signs. Yeah, that'd be so cute. I might, yeah, we'll see. I might 3D print one. I'm gonna show her good angle. Let me check my email on my phone. But yeah, Xander sent me a bunch of pictures of his dragon from the front, and it was super helpful because I wasn't sure what to do. So like this is what it looks like. It has like a cool like, little armor, like jeweled plate on it.
Oh yeah.
So I might add that. He's one of those insane people that thinks that my lizard should have boobs. So we lightly disagreed about that.
Yeah, lizard boobs just sound weird.
They're just wrong. Yep, I've sent a message on Patreon. A new patron who can't find the rewards. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna fight you. That's okay. It sounds like they're new to Patreon in general. And they have that new, like, my membership tab, and it keeps my thank you message down there. So if anyone goes to my membership tab and scrolls to the very, very bottom, your rewards are there too, which is cool. Because I have the 1, 5, and 10 access to click. That's cool. Xander says, oh man, I thought Ricky would know. They're letting people down.
I did know, and I told you.
Oh. No. No.
Subscribe to PewDiePie.
Yeah, okay. Terry said, we have topic. That 1440 maker streams tomorrow. You're giving prizes every 20 minutes or 24 hours. Grand prize is a Prusa MK3 Mosaic palette. That's so cool. So, I wasn't able to do it just because the slots were filled up. And, like, it would have been, like, 7, 8 a.m. here, which is when I go to bed. So, I decided not to do it. But it's a really, really cool thing. If you guys don't know about it, it is a YouTube channel, 1440 maker. Look it up. They're doing live streams. It's really, really cool. Bird is screaming, but you can barely hear him in this, so it's okay. He's awake and very upset. It's poor bird. Zach says in 4.5, Dragonborns were created from other human races and ritual the Bahamut. So, they had boobs. Oh, that's cool. Mine's a literal dragon person, so. That is cool, though. It makes a lot more sense. Like, Zach says, now they don't, but roll 0. Makes sense. I just think it looks cooler. Plus, like, she has an armor breastplate, and, like, breastplates that have, like, boob cutouts drive me nuts, too. That'd be so hard to, like, weld together and unnecessary. So it looked like this anyway. Terry says, figured it was super short notice. Appreciate your time to look at it. Yeah, of course. No problem. How's your bagel?
A little burnt. It wasn't cut down the middle. It was like way off to one side. So one piece was like really thin and just kind of like wiggled around in the toaster. And one side was like too fat to fit in the toaster. So when you shove it in there, it just burns on one side.
I had a really hard time getting it out. This is fun. I don't know if I want that other half. I'm actually kind of full. Might eat it later. But I have food and snack. I'm very happy. Alright, I'm going to like do stuff again. Xander, I see your comment. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not going to talk like argue about armor and how it fits and how it exaggerates things. It just doesn't. That's totally different what you referenced. Alright. Don't save. Let's get back to this. Alright, so these pieces don't have any thickness, so I have a button I can click that will do it for me. Very nice. Not totally sure how I want to process these. I think I'm going to do it with Dynamesh and polish. Let's see how that looks. Let's see. Zach says it wouldn't separate become boo armor, so that's let a stabby bit slide right in between, more slicely to pierce into the chest that glance off. Yeah, that makes sense. That's obviously undesirable. That would be unfortunate. Yeah. Now I get what you're saying. Kind of like pretty much what I have here, where it's like these lines here. It's the same way like darts are in a dress. Something kind of like that kind of stuff. I don't care. It's my world. It's my model. Okay. Let's get back to adding thickness to all of these so I can merge them together and then be done with these pieces. I'm also going to organize them from high to low so this is easier to do. Wow, my typo's real in that. I blame drinking. Well, I'm glad you're having a fun night. Where is the top one? There we go. Now this is a little easier for me to keep track of. I'm gonna do panel loops. Oops. I don't want to double panel loops that. All right, they all have thickness now. Now I'm pretty sure I can just merge them all together. So I'm gonna just like double check to make sure that the seams and the gaps are far enough away so that when I merge this all together, it looks better. Bird is so pissy. He's like, it's second daytime and I hate it. Poor bird. All right. Just making sure that these, not so much line up, but they just have a similar general shape to them. Let's see, I don't like how that comes up so much. Overall, I'm really happy with how this is looking. Just a bunch of like small adjustments to do. I like how this one's a bit lower. Might do that with these ones. Nah, looks good. Okay, I'm gonna save this and do a little test run, merging them all together and Dynameshing it and see how that looks. All right, now that's one piece. Go to geometry, Dynamesh, and polish. Let's see how this does. It should look pretty much the same. Oh wow, it looks so similar, I didn't even notice a change. Cool, there we go. So I'm gonna go to mask by polygroups and I'm going to smooth out these areas. I don't like that happened. Those are just like small holes in the mesh. So if I just inflate a little bit and Dynamesh, it fixes them. And this isn't even gonna be visible, but so I'm not too worried about it. All right, let's go back to damn standard. Dots, change it to drag rectangle, and there we go. Just keeping this theme consistent. Looks like this part got kind of tucked in too much, but that trim needs to be more exaggerated. There we go. All right, I dig it. Very, very nice. Terry says, that's what I don't get. After you merge in Dynamesh, if they're still the same separate polygroups. Yep, they are. Oh, how after? Because, yeah, it is confusing because it's redoing the topology, right? It doesn't do a perfect job, if that helps. Like for instance, like see how there's some bleed over here essentially. But yeah, it's just a really, really cool, it's a cool program. Let's see, Xander gave me a video reference I can see. That actually sounds very helpful. I'll probably look at that. And says that he's liking the new armor bits. Woo. Thank you very much. Trying to add like a third one there. I think it needs one more. What class is this Dragonborn? Paladin. Speaking of, I don't have a weapon decided for her yet. I was thinking like an axe maybe. I just think those are cool. But I also think a really classic sword is really nice because like, you know, Paladin, stereotypical like lawful good. I just feel like a sword looks so knightly and gallant. But yeah, if you guys have preferences on what you want the weapon to be, let me know. I'm very, very open to ideas. Let's see what this looks like. Terrible. I think that might Dynamesh really interesting. There we go. I just want some texture on it, but I don't want the same texture. Actually, I'm not crazy about how that came out. With everything else though, I will probably like it. Yeah, I like that. It's a good amount of like attention to detail. These lines right here I think are really, really cool. Let's see. Xander says, when we look for dragon style weapons, heck yeah, go for it. You're like my co-art director for this. It's very helpful. All right, looking nice. Gonna save this again and checking my pressure sensitivity because I'm always curious when it goes away. Yeah, I still have it. Weird. Oh sweet, some news here. Lisa, swords are good. Yeah, I was thinking swords, like a really cool great sword with like a bunch of runes inscribed in it. That's how I did my female paladin, which there is a picture of that in the Discord. I keep mentioning that because I'm like so proud of that model. The reason I mentioned axe was because I saw a really, really cool axe recently, and now I'm like, I want to make axes. All right, this is looking so, so good. And again, a lot of people watching, if not like pretty much all of you guys are supporters of my work, you're patrons. And I just want to say thank you because I'm super grateful. It's what I get to do every single day. Between this and Kickstarter, I live a comfortable life, everything I do, and we're really grateful for it. So yeah, conclude gushing. Thank you, but thank you. Okay. Let's get this bottom piece making a little bit more sense. It works. It doesn't obstruct her joints. It just needs to be higher. Xander says, I'm playing Dragonborn, about to get rid of him as soon, so get a lot of research on this. Very cool. All right, I think I'm gonna keep this general shape for the most part. Just move this around. Can you get Bird afternoon lighting? He's just agitated. It'll help him calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
I also don't think he realized I gave him new food. So I don't think he's eaten today. So he's just crabby and hungry. What? I would shake his food dish too. Parakeets are so cute and they're very high demanding 1 ounce birds. That's okay, I love him. They're a little messy the way that they're staggered, but I think it's fine. I think it looks cool overall. Let's go through here and add some thickness to these as well. So there's my panel loops button. There we go. Panel loops. I think I missed that one. This button has been so freaking helpful for me. Macros are the coolest. I covered that in my 3D modeling classroom 2 Sundays ago. So if you're in $10 tier and you forgot to watch that video, definitely watch it when you get the chance. It's gonna save you a lot of time. Hey, Walker's here. I should open the door. think we're good. Still modeling.
Still streaming?
Yep.
How far did you get since that?
I got the thigh piece of armor done, and I'm getting that, like, I don't know, ankle piece done. Very tall ankle piece.
Were you given this Dragonborn wings?
No, probably not. They can have wings, I think.
Yes. I think at a higher level
Yeah, it's like at level like 15 or something, but like most people don't make it that far in their campaigns.
That's true.
Looks like people voted no for the tail in the Discord, which is totally fair. It was pretty close, honestly.
I see.
Yes.
I like it.
Me too. I'm really happy with it. This is still her best angle from this side. Dragons don't read super well from the front. I think dead on front looks okay, but I feel like this angle looks really weird.
When you pose her, just...
Yeah, I'm just gonna tilt your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same like eagles. Eagles look super stupid from the front.
I don't think I've ever seen an eagle from the front.
Okay, well, everyone's gonna have an adventure right now.
I hear someone disagree.
Terry knows.
Is it Terry?
Yeah, it's Terry. You guys crack me up. I love it.
Thanks, Terry.
Alright, this is happening. Eagle front view. See, that's like somewhat majestic, but like there are some that totally show how dumb they look.
It just looks angry.
Yeah. I'm trying to see the pictures I'm thinking of. They just look dumber. Like, compared to how majestic they look from the side, it's just like this fluffy nonsense.
Yeah, so do what the...
What the eagle does?
No, like
Dumb.
Okay, well. Ooh. Alright.
I'm just saying. That's kind of how they look. Now you know.
It's not horrible.
I don't know how this is related, this like dog head person, but yeah.
Major disappointment. Is that in response for me?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's an open door.
Terry says my wife just said you guys are nerds. Yes.
Nerd. Ricky, what's your setup here? Oh yeah. What is it? Oh, it's like I took off the second monitor just because I don't use it as much. I think that just means you should use it more. No. Okay. There's no use for it.
Oop, yep, I knew it was gonna crash. I felt it. It was happening. That's okay.
But okay.
This is the first time it's crashed today, which is like crazy good for ZBrush. I wasn't even doing anything crazy. I was just alright. I'm calm. Alright. Let's see if I lost anything. I don't think I did. Yep. These don't have thickness. Not a problem. I can just go back to my quick save files. I have a bunch. And it will be in here on the last one. It's actually showing my Paladin. It's weird. I'll just redo it. I'm also going to delete my quick save files because there's a lot and it's getting really messy.
See which crash?
Yes.
Was it the first time?
Yeah. First time.
Not bad. How long have you been streaming?
Like an hour or so. Terry's leaving. Bye, Terry. Walker says bye.
Terry.
I knew you'd say bye.
Oh, okay. So I'm disagreeable and predictable. Got it.
Got it. All right.
So I'm back at my apartment.
Ooh, yay. That sounds nice.
It is amazing. I didn't even wait for my mom to get home.
Just
she said she
dip.
didn't need me to pick her up from the airport, so I packed up my stuff and left. But I got both enders going, and it's
Nice.
just the best feeling.
I bet.
I think the leveling's off on my new one.
It'll take a bit probably.
I suspected it got off when I, drove all the way across town and banged it on.
That'll do it.
Banged it on everything in the way.
Don't do that. Just drive better.
Oh, it was getting it through my mom's house, into my car, and then I ran into my apartment, and then through the weird bin to my room. Okay, I'm not good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. You get the idea.
I get the idea. You know what that sounds like to me?
What?
Excuses.
You're right. I should have just.
You're fine.
It. I agreed there.
You did.
Every now and then, you're just so right, Mia. I can't argue.
What a day, and it's all captured live too.
They will live on in
Keep that on like a little voice recorder and just play it every now and then when you're being super disagreeable. Like you're just always so right, Mia.
Just make that the text tone.
Yeah.
You're right, Mia.
I love it. Looks good. I'm gonna detail this pretty much the same way I did the other one. Just smoothing out those lines right there, just because it looks weird. All right.
I get to use my book today.
Ooh, yay! Do you have enough light?
I'm good.
Okay.
Comfy. I'm warm. I'm not tired like I was yesterday.
Yay!
I was right.
That book is so awesome.
I barely looked at it. Actually,
It's amazing.
I packed up all my stuff and got home, and then I left the book. So I had to go back and get
Gasp.
it sucked.
Oh, I see. Xander says, okay, sorry in advance. I'm just going to dump you with pictures. Oh, I see you asked me earlier. Yeah, go for it. Just send me a bunch. It's an email. It's fine. And I'll check those out. I'm probably not going to make the weapon live. One, because I'm bad at it to the point where I don't want you guys following my bad example, because I know a lot of you guys watch my live streams and will sculpt along and stuff. No, I'm going to get better at weapons and then I'll live stream how I make them. As of right now, it's really jank and it's not cool. But soon. Okay. This looks pretty nice. I'm gonna save. I'm pretty much gearing up for posing, which is exciting. So the way that I pose my models essentially is I pose the body underneath and then I dress the body afterwards. I've noticed it's the easiest way because for instance, this is metal. It's not supposed to bend or anything. It'll shift, So I like to just pose her and then worry about that. Because otherwise, if I try and bend her waist, if it's all the same object, it's gonna it's gonna warp the armor. I don't want that. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that these pieces of fabric, each piece is one polygroup. And I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna merge them all together. But then if I need to go back and I need to move just one piece or section of fabric, I can do that. Because before, the trim was a piece, here, this is a color, that's a color. Control W makes it all the same color, so then it's just easier management for me. All right, let's go ahead and merge these together. There we go. So this is 3 different pieces. I love how it made these two the same color. They're not processed the same as ZBrush though. It's not all purple or moved together or whatever. Just if it's a different color from anything else, then that's how it's handled. I really butchered that, but whatever, you get my point. All right, these are their own piece. I think I'm gonna merge this fabric piece to it as well because those will all move together. So I'm gonna make sure that these are the same color. This is before, this is after. Same with this. And I can merge those together because this isn't gonna move or deform at all. Okay, looking good. Sometimes ZBrush will give these really weird polygroups like this. It's probably from the inside, yeah. So it kind of bled over when I was adjusting this edge. I won't be adjusting anything, so Control W, all the same group now. If I wasn't clear, I'm doing this to prepare for 3D printing. Wow, posing. I don't know why I said 3D printing, that was weird. My brain was just like, here, words. Oh, I didn't move this up like I meant to. Walker, what are you eating? Are you learning something new?
I need to find a picture, because I'm still working on torsos. And I'm just trying to figure out what's the best for me at my level.
There's a lot of references in that book, so
yes,
you'll find
I
one.
have almost too many options.
Right?
So, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
That's the spirit. Alright. Looking pretty good. Just making these smaller and tighter. Not mask my polygroups because that will make a mess. I keep meaning to make speed sculpts of these and I just keep forgetting. At least there's a live stream recorded of it, so I feel like a live recording is a lot better to learn from than a speed sculpt. But if you're as impatient as I am, I do not watch these to learn. I just look for the speed sculpts. I pretty much just like, I'll watch speed sculpts on YouTube and I'll just click through them and wait for them to make something that I don't know how to make. Or just like, I see they do it really quickly and then I'm like, ooh, I will take that technique and learn from it. That's pretty much the gist of me learning and teaching myself ZBrush. I'm not worried about these little gaps here and these overhangs because they're pointing straight up, so that will print just fine. They are a little thin, so I might go with mask by polygroups here, turn that to 100, and just inflate behind them a little bit. Just so there's not any like fragile portions or anything. There we go. I'm dynameshing all of this together, but I'll do that later. All right. So now I have pieces. This is the wrong piece to be merged to that. Here we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to worry about like scales and that kind of stuff for her later, once she's posed. All right, pretty happy with that. This is so much better than it was earlier. Just like looking through one more time to make sure everything's all organized. All right, this is all set and pretty much ready for posing. Let's see. The body is a lot of points and it doesn't need to be because there's no detail on it at all. So I will dynamesh this at a low resolution, see what that gets me. Yeah, it makes the toes look bad. There we go, that's good enough. The only thing I was thinking about adding was some sort of decorative like headpiece or something. Oops. There we go. There we go, just something like really simple, but that will paint nicely. Hey, someone new is here. They say hello. Hello as well.
Hello.
That's Walker in the background. He's a friend of mine who's also doing a 3D model. But you guys can't see his screen. Walker, what are you working on?
Torso.
Woo! Sculpting torsos.
Female torso. I have decided my bees are female. I don't know if I said that last time.
I don't think you did.
Okay. I have too many polygons. I did not think that would be a problem.
How many do you have?
196.
That's it?
That's it, and it's still too many for me. Because it will. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'll do the thingy. The Mondo brush.
Oh, sounds like you got something figured out.
I will know what I'm doing. Oh, beautiful. Yep.
It's pretty awesome. I still haven't learned a lot of it.
Oh, I haven't either, but it is just beyond powerful. Because now that looks like a torso.
Woo.
Have you ever plan on doing anything other than, what's the word? Creatures?
Do I ever do what?
Plan on doing anything other than creatures? I don't know,
like humans or elves?
Just any, I don't know, magic, spell, effect.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've done like a bunch of like scatter terrain and stuff too, but.
Like I know you did some rocks and bushes and.
Waterfall at Rock Bridge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. I think spell effects would be really, really cool.
Just wondering.
Let's see. A more copy. Xander says, I am so sorry. I'm guessing he sent me a ton of pictures. Oh boy. Okay. He sent a ton, but they're super helpful. These are really good references. Let's see. Yeah, some of these are really, really cool. That's cute. Oh, I like the one that the sword in this one a ton. That is awesome. I don't know if you guys can see this. I mean, you should be able to see that, but this. The sword in that is amazing. Thank you, Wade. You don't need to apologize. This isn't even that many pictures. Like, well, it says even more. Yeah, no, that's all of them. That's fine. Thank you very much. Oh, he says I'm not done yet. Oh, okay. Well, thank you anyway.
You thought that was his final form.
Oh, and for context, everyone, like, I've worked with Wade before and stuff like that. Not everyone just has my email. Please don't just email me. I like this ridge right here. I'm not sure I didn't continue it all the way down. So I'm going to do that now. Oops, I want to keep that. There we go. It's a little too strong, but it really looks cool. That is so cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, this alpha brush has just been like the theme of this model. I've been really happy with it.
What's the alpha?
For me, it's Alpha 61, but for you, it might be a different number. It's just the one with a bunch of scales.
Oh, okay.
I was really inconsistent with how I did these. So I'm going to fix that. Just gonna mask this area out, smooth what I did. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. There we go. That was a bit better. Going back to my normal damn standard brush and reducing the intensity a lot. go to clay buildup and add that alpha here instead. Just because I use Dam Standard a lot and I'm kind of sick of switching back and forth. I'm sure there's a way to prevent that. I just haven't learned how to do that yet. I might look that up after this live stream. Yeah, this brush doesn't work quite as well for this, but if I increase intensity enough, it works real nice. All right. It's amazing, like, how much just a few details really can improve a model.
Yes.
The trick though, if you don't have a good base form, like if her head shape looks stupid, this would look stupid as well. Zach says, plus 10 respect for a pun. Oh, I see. Xander says you open this can of worms and he said, like, spelled worms the wrong way. That's great. As in, like, yeah, the dragons. That's great. Okay, I believe you. Learn anything good about torsos, Walker?
I'm learning apparently I care more about butts than I do boobs. Which is something I did not know about myself.
Walker is learning how to sculpt like anatomically correct. So I have this really awesome anatomy book that he bought recently, which he's working through. Just for context. I felt like that really needed context.
Nah, I need no context.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely zero.
No context.
I don't even know if they can hear me from over here.
They can hear you just like as well as they can hear me. I have my headphones on so I can hear what they're hearing.
I need to stop fighting. Yeah, I should rephrase that. Shoulders are being a pain right now.
Shoulders are complicated.
No, I'm not even like, I'm still at 196 polygons. You can't see shoulders.
Ah.
My shoulders somehow became flat. No, flat's not the right word. They need to protrude more from the thing I got. That makes no sense.
It makes no sense, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's cool. I know my problem. I'm just working.
I know my problem. It's been a while since I've sculpted a head entirely from scratch. So this was kind of like a nice confidence boost. Because yes, I still need those sometimes. Give me like a year and I'll be like a really overconfident, cocky artist that no one can stand. And it'll be great. It'll be a great time. That's just not now. Not yet. So my alt brush is now my masking brush? That's a fun glitch. Wow, I've never had that happen before. Oh, it's painting? What? No, I just have black paint on my model. Go away.
Did you do the thing I did?
I did. I don't know how.
Did you do it?
I don't know actually. It just started happening and I was like, this isn't what I want. I fixed it.
Control Z?
No, I just turned off paint. Like, just made it so it wasn't a function right now. You know where there's that, like the eyeball and the subtool palette? There's a paintbrush right next to it. You know what the subtool palette is.
You're right,
I know you know that. I was like, come
paintbrush?
on. Huh? Yeah, next to the eyeball. It's a paintbrush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can just click on that and then it goes away.
Okay, but mine's not up, so.
Yeah. Ruben says, does infill and wall thickness in Cheetah Box for resin make a difference? What's good for tabletop boys? So, I don't use Cheetah Box because I hate it, but I'm going to read your question anyway and try to answer helpfully. Infill, so for resin prints, usually the infill is just going to be 100%. You do solid. You can haul out your minis. Some people swear by it, but like, if you like to not waste your time, I wouldn't recommend it because it's so much time to hollow it out, rinse the inside with IPA, drain it. It's just a lot of extra steps for something this big. You're really not saving that much resin and it's gonna make them more fragile. But if you're doing something really big, like anything bigger than like my fist, you're gonna wanna hollow that for sure. Wall thickness, I usually do around 2 millimeters. I go down to as small as 1.1 millimeters, 1.2. I do it in Mesh Mixer, but it's the same. So it's fragile, but I live on the edge. So I hope that is helpful. All right, let's see. Xander is leaving to go play D&D. Farewell. That sounds very fun. I wish I was playing D&D right now.
We could.
We could?
Yeah,
All right. Okay. Thank you, Xander, for all of the Dragonborn and Cobalt pictures, which I kind of wanted. I see my phone's blowing up. Thanks. Zaxa says, I'll look forward to shaking my head and saying, you've changed, Mia, and then going rants about, like the good old days. And you've been here from the beginning, so you really could do that, too. I'll make sure. I got on my calendar. I'll be a jerk in 1 year from now. That also means I have to be like a really, really good artist. So I'm working on that. I'm like a pretty good artist, but I have like a lot to go. I want to get good at painting again too. So yeah. Also, Ruben, I hope I answered your question there. So yeah, tabletop boys, they're small, solid. If they're big, 2 millimeters, 1 to 2 millimeter wall thickness. All right, this is looking so cool. I think the neck turned out a little messy with the detail there. So I'm gonna go through my pinch brush and just fix it. Answer.
If you're gonna be a dick
Yes.
a year, does that mean I get to still be disagreeable?
Yes.
Okay.
You can be as disagreeable as you want.
What?
I didn't tell you were disagreeable to make you stop being like that, just in case you weren't aware.
You totally did, yeah. Don't lie.
Why is there a whole... Oh, I didn't have backface mask on, so that's annoying. That's okay. I will just inflate that and fix that. Let's see. Zach says, oh, you missed the punchline. I'm not sure. Where you... like the good old days, where you hated shoes. Ah, I understand now. I think. Pretty sure I read that in order this time.
You know, one thing this book doesn't have me at,
Huh.
at least not that I found, super ripped female bodies.
It does not have that. You're right. But it tells you all the muscle grouping, so I don't really need the reference. Speaking of, I'm probably gonna sculpt some muscles onto her. I want to, but like you're not even gonna see them because I gave her a ton of armor. But if she was visible, she would have super awesome muscles, which I'm gonna give her a little bit right now. Gonna make this muscle because I actually know where that muscle is, unlike everything else. Did Walker leave? I had a phone call.
Yeah.
I was like, why is our door opening? Just got kidnapped in our apartment and we didn't notice. How's your work going, babe?
Pretty good.
Very nice. What you working on? Video?
Yep.
Sweet. Kind of lost the elbow here at some point. Let's see, this is gonna go like that. Kind of gonna keep these hands why they're pretty detailless. Let's see, her elbow would be here, I think. Just weird their hands are flat. They should be kind of rotated. That's okay. It's making this complicated though. Definitely needs more volume right here. Just missed that muscle entirely. Here we go. That's good enough. There, now her arms are much, much bigger, and it looks a lot better. I'm gonna mask my poly groups, and I'm gonna move this fabric up. Let's see, what was it before like? Oh yeah, look how tiny her arms were. Okay, so muscling that was a good idea. You're back. I figured you had a phone call or something.
Yeah, mom called. She's back in town.
Woo. I just heard you leave. I'm like, did you just get kidnapped in our own apartment? I just was like, bye, Walker.
That's so broken just to take me.
Right. All right. I'm gonna add some muscle definition to her legs, or at least just like define her knees better. So I don't really know how the muscles would work here. I just know glute muscles go down to this one on like normal people. Cause and there's another one that wraps around here.
Ricky. Best place to plug in.
There's one right on next to the couch behind the blanket.
Thank you.
Yep. And the couch is just lined up perfectly so the cord goes in between the cushions so you don't kink the cord.
Was that on purpose or just
Yes.
Okay.
Always on purpose.
Always.
Always. I should have known better. Thank you, thank you. What you doing, Ricky? What you doing?
Video editing.
Oh, okay. Which software you use?
Pretty much anything Adobe. So Premiere Pro and everything that goes with it.
Okay.
I'm often in Premiere Pro, Audition, Illustrator, Photoshop, Lightroom. Going in and out of all of those all the time.
Just a busy man.
It's not even that I'm busy, it's just hard to learn 5 different softwares.
It's pretty punishing. I just had to learn ZBrush, and I bitch about that a lot.
Well, I mean, luckily with Adobe, like, there are some things that carry through. You know, it's all, you know, made by the same people. But it definitely could be easier.
Looks like you know what you're doing.
He definitely does. He's just humble about it.
Well, that's good. So, Mia, you'll be like super just braggadocious.
Yes, I will be the jerk.
Super humble and just like balance you out.
I just love telling people no.
I'm disagreeable.
I disagree.
Oh. Hi, DP.
So it got really dark really fast today, and Rick and I forgot. So he had like 3 hours of daylight, and then just like darkness. It got dark outside. I completely forgot to turn the light on for him. So he's all like screwed up and cranky about it.
Sucks to be him.
Poor bird.
Wow.
Now, after this live stream, I'm gonna hang out with him.
DP's the best.
Yeah, he's a good bird.
Well, let's talk about that.
Wow.
There we go. It looks better. She has a little bit more volume to her. I don't know what music is playing. This isn't part of my usual playlist.
I don't mind it.
I like it.
It's not bad.
I like this. Yeah, it's an hour long. Yeah, it's more upbeat than the one I have. I'm gonna start this. yeah, looks nice. So I think she's pretty much fully detailed now. So adjusting the fabrics right here. Very nice. Go ahead and save this and a quick render. Cool, my settings are all saved. Oh, and I want to merge this. Save again, because it's been like 10 seconds. Sweet, and this will go into the Discord. All right, sweet. Okay, so I don't want to pose her right now. So I think I'm gonna start a new model. Not sure though. Let's see. It is 7 o'clock. I started doing this at 5, so it's been 2 hours.
I think so.
Trying to debate whether I'm gonna like start a new model while still live streaming, or if I'm going to bring out my screamy birds, you can come hang out, and then work on this later tonight. Because I only worked for 2 hours today. That's not very much.
I vote for the latter.
Same. I think a 2-hour live stream is good. Because otherwise, like, it's hard to show the final render if I work on multiple projects. It just gets really messy. All right, I'm going to close for today. Thank you so much to everyone who joined. This was a ton of fun, like usual. And yeah, I will probably live stream tomorrow too, because I work every day. So yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.